Nowadays, our community is suffering from many international issues such as classism, gender discrimination, etc. And the most controversial of them all lately, racism. But before we get to that, let's make a simple math. Back to the 17th century, we can find 10 African housemaids working in every family of 4. On the farm, the number is 15 American farmers to 2 landlords. And on the pirate ship, there are only 60 European pirates, but whereas the population of African slaves takes up to 400 people. As you can see, the number difference is enormous, and it's the same for the authority, just in the whole other way. Despite the quantum of 10 Africans or 15 or even 400 Africans don't have any human rights, not even a little bit, compared to other race. And at this point, I think we can all tell this is what they call racism. But what is it exactly?
According to Oxford Dictionary, racism is the prejudice, discrimination, or antagonism directed against someone of a different race based on the belief that one's own race is superior. But that's just theoretically, because in real life, racism is much more cruel and terrible. It has been in our community for too long, so long, that there wasn't even a name for it when it first happened. But why is there racism? Why do some people have the urge to hurt the others that look different from them? This may sound shocking. But in terms of biology, race doesn't exist. It's a cultural construct that humans created and has nothing to do with our biology. There are no distinct genetic boundaries for the groups commonly called races. As human, we have only 1% variation, which is microcosmic compared to chimpanzees, which have 7% variation. And the most amount of genetic variation found within our species isn't between those of European and African ancestry. It's between various populations within Africa. This is called the founder effect, or a reduced genetic diversity in a population founded by a small number of individuals.
Scientists refer to race as populations or ethnic groups, and many of the physical characteristics that are associated with race are due to adaptation to climate and environment. This can include skin color, height, nose shape. Sussman discusses the history of racism, saying that concept of human races began during the Spanish Inquisition around 1480, when a purity of blood decree was established and those converting to Christianity needed to prove their Christian origins. This ideology, rooted in a racist political and religious agenda, continued on and was used by the Nazis to justify their goal to create an Aryan race, which led to the murder of 6 million Jews and millions of others who were deemed inferior, including gypsies, homosexuals, and transgender individuals. But what if the Nazi agenda worked? Sure, we would probably all speak German now, but we might also have a population of low genetic diversity, which is usually the result of long-term inbreeding. And of course, that is way far off to be good for our community. So, I guess genetic purity is not so fabulous after all, right? And guess what? Genetic diversity is actually good for us. It leads to a robust and healthy offspring. And who doesn't want that? Scientifically speaking, there's only one race, the human race. So let's spread the awareness to our community and put an end to this haunting epidemic, racism.